We have to go.
We have
to
to
do it.
Yeah.
No time to waste. We just watched Superman, and now we're going to talk about it. That's it.
That's it.
Just run the music now.
It's going to go.
Movies and chill with Zach and Dill. That'll get my giggle box going.
Movies and chill with Zach and Dill.
Our pets' heads are falling off!
Movies and chill
Great Scott!
with Zach and Dill.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Movies and
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
chill.
Well, I'm sorry!
Zach and Dill.
Spartans! Prepare for glory! The great Oz has spoken.
Movies and chill.
Get to the podcast now.
You don't have to point.
I like to point.
Okay.
It's on.
It's on.
That reminds me of Kung Pao.
My
My finger point. That's an obscure.
Well, welcome back.
That is tonight.
That's an obscure reference.
We're going to talk about the new Superman movie today.
Stick around.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed our theme song as much as I have, you probably just listen to it every time. Special shout out to my cousin Ben. I didn't find out till this weekend, this past weekend, that he has been faithfully listening to our podcast since its inception. And not only that, I got to tell you,
Yeah.
I told you this already, but I got to tell you, and just for everybody, he
sorry.
what he does is so unique. I guess they go to Florida. They take a road trip to Florida, and it's their tradition to listen to us every trip down and back. And so when they get to the end of our content, what do? They start over. Just imagine listening to us from the beginning, like season 1.
Yeah.
Where we had a lot of feedback in the mics. We had maybe some echoey sounds, a lot of things we were still figuring out. Certainly wasn't on video yet, so that's fun. But just a lot of cool things. Shout out to him. It was really humbling to hear that people listen to it like that. We got viewers, we've got listeners. I know that, but actually to put a face to it was really kind of cool. Anyway, enough sappy stuff. That's ridiculous.
It's nice to be appreciated.
Yeah. In my Thanos cup today, I've got grape pop, which is the most childish drink I think I've ever had. I don't know what made me want to get a grape pop today. You were with me when I got it. But that's what's in here. Are we sharing? What's in your goblet? You got anything in there? You got orange. We got grape and orange.
Drink and grape drink.
Yeah, we're
Love
not.
Just proves that we are just infantile babies doing a podcast. That's fun.
I'm
We-
lame. I got water.
We did watch Superman. We did. It's fresh in our minds. Luke, you saw it the other day.
I saw it yesterday.
Yeah,
actually.
so it's still pretty fresh,
Yeah.
right?
It was pretty good.
Let me get your 24 hours later take on Superman.
I can only think of one gripe, and it's very small.
We're jumping right in
No.
to the gripes?
No, I thought the movie overall was very, very good.
Okay.
And the thing that bothered me isn't even really a major issue. It's more of a visual thing,
Okay.
which we can get into later, I suppose. But I liked. I always like whatever James Gunn does when it comes to superhero films. He's knocked it out of the park with 3 Guardians and a Suicide Squad that redeemed the first Suicide Squad, and hopefully he sticks around and does more DC projects.
Peacemaker,
Yeah.
season 1. Now season 2 confirmed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So what's your
They even
critique?
threw him
though?
in the movie too.
What's your critique? We didn't hear the critique.
The only thing that really bothered me was how much the dog was animated. Crypto.
CGI dog.
It was very cartoony, while the rest of the movie was pretty realistic looking.
It didn't fit.
You got to do what you can with a dog with superpowers, but
Yeah.
I feel like some of it could have been like an actual dog.
They couldn't find a dog that looked like that.
They couldn't find a dog that would act like a dog. Is crazy.
Yeah.
But
I think the dog went on strike and they had to use CGI dog instead.
They had to talk to the dog's agent. It's a whole thing.
They met in the dog's trailer afterwards to talk about it. And, yeah, that's not a bad gripe.
This is the only thing that really lingered in my mind.
Really,
Going
that was
into
the
that
only
thing.
thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
A lot of
we were at the
positives.
movies, and I stopped. I had to stop and actually look at the candy. We did this. We looked at the candy. I missed the cookie dough bites.
This is his gripe about the movie.
This is what I hated. This is what I
Ruined
hated
it.
the most about the Superman movie.
Superman
Was
took
that they
away
didn't
the
have
cookie dough bites.
the cookie dough bites at the movie theater.
0 stars. Would never see again.
Would not recommend.
What if they go to a theater with cookie dough bites?
Well, I guess the movie's redeemable then. Honestly, though, looking at the candy, it made me excited. I love to go to the movies. I feel like a kid when you go to the movies. You got yourself some Reese's Pieces while you were there. That was cute. But what about we're talking about Swedish fish? Can we get this out of the way? Swedish fish are the nastiest candy on the face of the earth.
That's not true.
Is that because?
I like Swedish fish.
Well, I thought maybe you're going to list the nastier candy.
Give me a candy that's worse than Swedish fish.
Well, he likes it. So
I just want to hear his thoughts on
okay.
what's worse.
Mound bars.
I'm not going to argue with it.
Nasty.
Not going to
I
argue
hate
with it.
coconut.
Coconut in general,
oh, really?
it should have been left on the island.
Can't help you there.
I don't-
like
I don't know why
coconut
anybody
stuff.
eats coconut anything.
Because I like
This thing's
wax.
shaped like a
Dude, I
bowling
like eating
ball.
wax.
Let's
Like
shave
wax.
this bowling ball down.
My favorite
and put it
cake has freaking coconut.
Who tried to eat the coconut shavings first?
What if we dipped it in chocolate?
Yeah, who came up with all that?
Someone
Great
else.
question.
Bad ideas.
So mounds, I agree. Mounds are not good. Is there like
They're not-
an equivalent of a candy, maybe a fruity candy?
So what
Because
is that
Swedish
thing?
fish tried to be
What does
fruity.
Swedish fish taste like? What is
That's the prop. That's one of the problems I have.
It tastes like cherry almost.
it? Like
Almost. You
I
just
mean-
made my point for me.
All-
Did they
all
want it to
candy-
be cherry?
All candy is almost the flavor. Like Skittles don't actually taste like fruit. No, I mean
Okay, but come close. Skittles taste somewhat close to what they're trying
they
to
almost
be.
taste like a rainbow.
When you put them all together, it's wild.
It's right there.
Swedish fish, though, I don't get the appeal. I really don't, because they don't
I can't explain it.
like licorice. It's almost like a licorice texture
kind
where it's like harder. It's a harder candy chew, but it's not like Jolly Rancher hard. It's like soft enough to just take a bite out of and chew it.
I also don't like Jolly Ranchers, but that's just me. I don't know why.
I hate that it's the texture is in between. Like if there's a scale, it's in between gummy worm and Jolly Rancher. Why? How do you put it in the middle where you can chew it, but it's not hard enough to like suck on like a Jolly Rancher? I have a big problem with Swedish fish. I need you to understand it and recognize it.
I almost got some yesterday when we went. I saw them in the
Of
case.
all the candy there, you thought I want to chew on half cherry cardboard. That's what you thought?
Part of what goes through my mind is like, what's going to last the longest throughout the movie. And,
Oh, it'll last long.
and
You got to gnaw on it for a while.
And the chewy cherry fish are right up there.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, if you got the Reese's Pieces, you could just put
Yeah.
the whole box in
A
there.
bag of Reese's Pieces will last me 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
They're so good.
Did it last you 2 minutes?
I purposely made it last longer, but yes, I could have just poured
You
it in
have
and-
great restraint.
Yeah.
Man of principle.
Great job. What else candy would have lasted long? Like, do they have?
What,
Jolly Ranchers
Twizzlers?
would have been a good thing to put there. That would.
They might have had it.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing Jolly
I
Ranchers.
didn't really look too hard.
I don't think
Okay.
I've ever seen Jolly Ranchers at a movie theater.
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think if
I
I have
probably have.
either.
A lot, like everyone.
I can think of
No, you haven't.
I can think
You
of
just made
all
that
the
up.
worst candy.
All of them have it.
Bit o' honey. Terrible.
Okay. Texture wise, yeah.
I-
Same gripe. Bit of honey. Like you want me to chew it, but for
it's
how long?
It's got like
What's the thing about
little
it
hard
is,
like chunks in it too.
It's one of those deals where you like when you look at it, you almost forget why you don't want to eat it because it says honey, and it's like, oh man, this is probably good. Like,
Oh, that's
I got.
I bet that tastes like a bit of honey.
Yeah.
That's
What's
why
that?
they call it that.
What's that caramel? Does it have a name? It's that caramel that has like the white cream filling in the middle of it. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
What is it called?
They
Is it
have a
called
name,
something?
yeah. I don't
They
know.
haven't named it.
No, they have a name.
I don't know what the
it
name
I
is,
don't
but
think they
It's
do.
always in like the bulk candy
It's a-
too.
yeah, and that
It's
candy.
a toffee.
Okay, it is like a toffee for real. You're not wrong, and I don't know if I like that or not because I like caramel and I like the cream, but like together it makes me want to vomit. So it's hard to.
I think it's just the wax paper they wrap them all in.
Could be.
It leaves it with a film.
Okay, I don't get it. If anybody listening wants to explain the appeal of Swedish fish, I don't understand. You,
Maybe I'm alone.
yeah,
I'm the only one that likes them.
You're keeping
I'm-
Swedish fish in business.
No,
They need to buy me more stuff.
Okay, I'm trying to figure that out. We had a mishap at the gas station today. I want to shift gears a little bit. This is the second thing. Usually we do, starting last episode, this is where we do things Dylan thinks about or whatever we called it. We had like a nice little thing across the screen. Nice touch, by the way. Your
Yeah.
editing skills are getting better every day.
You know what really grinds Dylan's gears?
Yeah, that's copyrighted. I don't think we can say that.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if it is or not. That it is kind of like that. What grinds my gears?
Nothing more relatable than annoyances.
Lindsay Lohan. What are you doing there, Lindsay? What are you doing?
I'm sitting here like I can't remember the whole quote.
It's
I'll
been
come
too
up-
long.
For this one, I'll come up with something different because it's a different type of thought.
It is different. It's not really like
Because it wasn't a thought; it's
It
an
was.
experience we went through.
Well,
Call this one "Dill on the Streets."
Yeah.
This one, no, we stopped at the
That
gas
happened.
station. Yeah, we were doing some things today, and I said, "Hey, stop at this gas station. I got to get my woman a drink," and so I did. And while I was in there, I bought this very grape soda that I'm drinking right now, and this orange that Zach's drinking right now. And I went to the counter. There's a woman in front of me, and when she passed on, she didn't die. She just went out the door. And then I thought, okay, I'll pay for my merch, to quote Dane Cook. And I step up, and she tells me it's $13, and I
for the grape drink.
for like 3 drinks,
Yeah.
and I didn't even think about it until I was like, wait, that's a lot. And she looked, and sure enough, she put the last lady's stuff on my tab. And I said, there she goes. There goes the lady.
There she goes.
How did you let her escape the store?
Yeah, without paying.
Like, what are you doing? And she looked down and she goes, oh, it declined her card. Can we talk about that? Like, how did you not get a green light on your end to tell you, okay, this transaction is complete?
A lot of
Was
transactions.
she paying attention or was she doing other stuff?
They probably made
maybe
a
looking
beep,
at
and
me.
she's like,
I
oh,
mean,
the beep happened. And
You are very distracted.
I'm very handsome. I get it.
She was like,
But what does she do? She goes, I'll be right back, as if her job depended on it, because it probably did. She went out into the parking lot, and I heard her. She went, ma'am,
please
come back.
don't start your car.
And sure enough, she caught that lady. What the lady didn't know, she didn't try to do it.
Well,
Her
usually-
card got declined.
Usually the display where you pull your card out will say card declined.
It should. It should say
So they
void or
They
something.
both were like,
So,
we're good, and they left.
What?
My
She
guess
was
would be
told
she-
everything was good. So I guess when she comes in, I pay for my stuff.
You didn't pay for the other ladies.
No, because
Rude.
it would have been like what Zach was saying.
Rude.
You know how you walk into, or you're driving in the drive-thru at McDonald's and you pay it forward. You're like, I'm going to pay the people's tab.
That's never happened.
pay
to
it
me in
forward.
real life.
It happened to me once. Happened to me once.
Did you keep it going?
No, because that'd be my luck. the person behind me would have been ordering for the entire office. But anyway, so Zach's idea is the lady in front of me was paying it backwards, which I think is brilliant. I'm gonna
She
absolutely
went up there
try
and says,
that.
"I'm gonna pay it backwards, and they're gonna take care of it." And then she left, and
Yeah.
the lady was just like,
That's the new
everybody-
expression for when you leave a mess for the next guy.
Yeah, pay it backwards.
"Pay it back." I paid it backwards.
And again, we've been talking for a
happens a
long
lot at my
time
job.
about our merch store and what we're going to put in there. Pay it backwards needs to be a T-shirt.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So if you're keeping tabs, which I know some of you are, pay it backwards is a new shirt that we're going to come up with.
Trademark pending.
I think it's brilliant.
That's awesome to do that.
Do just like Dumb and Dumber, point at Seabass and be like,
Yeah.
It's
Well,
tab, right
that's what I
here.
said.
Feedback.
Paying
I'm
for
gonna
the
pay
tab.
backwards, and when they look at you funny, you just kind of wave at the person behind you.
because they're behind you.
They're gonna wave,
Yeah.
and then you're like,
Yeah. So just say, hey, to the pockmarked kid giving you your food at McDonald's, say, hey, this person behind me said they would like to pay for my food. And that's paying it backwards.
That's
Yeah.
my mom. She's paying.
and then when they come up the window, make sure you say, "Hey, that person paid it backwards. You owe it for the real."
Yeah. Make sure you say verbatim, pay it backwards.
Pay backwards.
'Cause then that helps our
Tell them Zach and
revenue.
Bill sent you.
yeah, tell them we sent you. That's perfect. Yeah, that's great. You're the hype man today. That's awesome.
Tell the other.
It's kind of what we're thinking about the movie. It's like you help so many people. This is where you take away from 3 people.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
hope that they keep doing
Life
it.
is about balance, Zach.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's the balance. You gotta like.
Yin
Yeah.
and yang.
When eventually pay it backwards gets like traced back to this podcast, 2 things are going to happen. We're going to blow up in popularity, and we're also going to probably be mugged.
Movies and Chill with Zach and Dill is not responsible for any stolen property.
Yeah, there you go.
Hype man.
We got it.
Luke's here. All right, let's shift gears into Superman. We did just watch it. I was pleasantly surprised. Not by James Gunn. James Gunn does good work, but the press on this movie scared me in the way that it scared me about Snow White, and those were proven right. How Snow White, like their press run,
Uh-huh.
murdered the movie before it had a chance to take off.
Yeah.
And I'll be danged if Corn Sweat, the guy who plays Superman, he nearly derailed it as well. And James Gunn's comments, making comments about illegal immigrants and the comparisons to Superman being an alien. Okay, you can have your political opinion,
I didn't see any of that.
and that's fine. A lot of people apparently haven't seen the press on this movie.
No,
But what's happening in Hollywood right now, whether you like it or not, the opinions of directors and actors are bleeding into the success of movies. Do we disagree with that?
That's been happening for 10 years.
It's been happening, but it's starting to magnify. It's starting to tank movies that should have otherwise been good. Now, some of that's just the writing. Like the writing in Snow White tanked itself, whether that girl said a thing about it or not.
And the thing with Superman, though, that nothing like that popped in my head when I heard the stuff, just
Yeah.
because he is an alien. You know what I mean? So it's not like, I mean, it doesn't really bother me that they do. Like, if they would have just made something up like they normally do, where they just throw something in there to throw it in there, you know, in movies like that, I would. But this is like, oh, yeah, I mean, to me, it's like, yeah, why wouldn't you be afraid of somebody who's not from the planet that can basically kill everybody if he wants to, you know?
Yeah.
It makes more sense for them to be scared.
So you're on Lex Luthor's side.
The part about that, but like, it doesn't make
Zach's
me,
a bad guy.
it doesn't make me
We've
go,
known
we gotta
Zach's a
kill,
villain
we
for a
have to
long
kill,
time.
we have to kill
Proof.
Superman. It's like, well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, kind of.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, kill him? No, just put him in
Because
that
you
prison.
know because Lex Luthor's
He had a cell.
point of view wasn't all like
That was weird.
it wasn't all like it was all like jealousy mainly and envy, you know, because people just loved him right away. It didn't have anything to do really with him being an alien and super strong or anything. He just didn't like that he's accepted.
Well, they did milk that pretty good.
Yeah.
Like they milked it that Lex didn't like him because he's not human.
Yeah.
And that's not too far from the canon. That's pretty
I
close
mean-
to what it is in the comics. He doesn't like him
Lot of-
because some of the envy, though, is that he's powerful. That's more the envy is
Yeah.
Lex wants power. So here's a guy who has the power he wants, and he's not even from here.
Yeah.
So it's like both.
Yeah, gotcha.
Everybody loves him for it.
Right off the bat, I know I'm very negative, but this movie was very good. I would recommend. It's
Okay.
very good. Okay.
So, but here's the thing. We're not going to use, for whatever reasoning, Henry Cavill, but we're going to use this guy, Cavill. Is it Cavill? Okay.
Cavalcade.
Henry, but we're gonna use this guy who almost looks like him. Like
No. He didn't almost look like Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
He looked like Christopher Reeves almost.
almost.
I thought,
But
or
I think he more looked
Smallville. He looked a lot like Tom Welling.
Nah, he looked
I
more
thought
like
he did.
No, it looks like
Tom
Henry.
Welling when he's in season 1. Look at a picture.
But
Can you, when you edit, put a picture of Tom Welling and Corin Sweat side by side?
Probably
Right-
won't.
right
I'll probably
here.
just put.
No,
Henry
don't be
Cavill.
lazy. Do it.
No, I'm only
Do
gonna do
it.
Henry Cavill and him. That's it. It's my
You could throw Henry Cavill
That's
up there
it.
too,
But
but
I'm
I
not
know
gonna
what
do-
you're going to do. You're going to find
You
a
should-
picture
There's-
that proves your point.
You should do a picture of every Superman. Just
Well, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll throw it up there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Put them all up there, compare and contrast.
Not really. But
You know what? To your point,
Do it.
though, I think what was more close to like trying to go for that nostalgic Superman, the music was like that. The
Uh-huh.
music was very nostalgic,
the music
Yeah.
was great.
John Williams esque. And you noted the font of
Yeah.
Superman was a little similar to Christopher Reeve's
Well,
Superman.
and I agree with you. Like the comparison of Christopher, his act, the way they portrayed him was more like how they did it in the past, where
Yeah.
he was really good about portraying the weakness, like how not as a way, but sensitive side or whatever you want to call it, where he's
Well,
not
Yeah,
I liked the
like. Well, put it this way: as some movies where it's like Superman doesn't really pay attention to what's going on around him; he's just trying to fight the villain. Where this one is actually trying to save everybody.
this one had emotion. behind it.
Yes.
oh yeah,
So like that was the whole idea behind Batman versus Superman is because Superman was just a kid destroying everything that wasn't really but this one here they portray him like kind of how Christopher Reeves was, where he wasn't trying, he was doing it, he wasn't just I gotta take care of bad guy, I'm like I gotta make sure I'm saving everybody too.
He was almost like the
he
Blues
saved a
Brothers.
squirrel.
Yeah.
He was the Blues
Yeah.
Brothers. He's on a mission from God.
He literally saved a squirrel.
He did
Yeah.
save a
No,
squirrel.
that's what I'm saying.
I was
So-
like, that's Superman.
Yeah.
Very, very, yeah. And it went back to the roots of like the Boy Scout,
Yeah.
as Batman often refers to him.
But
as
that's
in the
what I'm saying.
comics.
And so I like that concept because, I mean, you could do a bunch of different things with Superman, but to me that's like, the harder thing to do. It's like, yeah, you can make him superpowered and just destroy everything, and
Well, one of my favorite parts of the movie wasn't even the action. It was the scene where Lois and Clark do like a mock interview in her apartment, and it's just 10 minutes of them just debating what Superman should do.
Politics.
and
They're debating politics.
And
Yeah.
he's trying to get it through her head that the only thing he cares about is saving lives, to the point where he's getting emotional about it.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah,
you don't
'cause
typically see that in an action superhero movie.
Yeah.
Just a philosophical debate
yeah.
for an extended scene. I thought it was really nice.
I'm looking up the actress in the original Superman. It was,
For
I mean,
Lois.
the top billing. Christopher Reeve was a nobody at the time of the movie.
Mhm.
He was a nobody.
Yeah.
So the top billing went to Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman,
Yeah.
which Marlon Brando's in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But the her name is Margot Kidder. I
Yeah.
think that was who it was, right?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
So the girl they picked this time,
Courtney Cox Jr.
she kind of did look like Courtney Cox
I-
a little bit.
Yeah.
For a
That
split
was even
second, I
that-
thought
yeah.
that's who it was. And I was like, oh,
So I thought that you're talking about things that were similar to the Richard Donner Superman.
Yeah.
Like she was very much like Margot Kidder.
Yeah.
Like she looked like her.
Yeah.
Specifically. And it goes back to Lois. Lois Lane is not like a Kardashian. She's not a beauty. She's like a like wholesome pretty.
Well, she's not to be her character is not to be Superman's girlfriend.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I
she
mean?
has
Like,
a role in the movie deeper
I
than
feel like
the
some of the other
damsel.
movies did that. They made it more like she's kind of just his girlfriend and not this.
You thought
independent
Christopher
reporter.
Reeve's movie was like that?
No. I'm just
Oh,
saying,
okay,
like,
okay.
other movies were like that.
Amy Adams played her in the Ben Affleck Superman.
I liked her.
Or not Ben Affleck was in
Zack
Batman. Sorry,
Yeah.
but like
the Snyderverse.
yeah, the Snyderverse. Like
Yeah.
Amy Adams, I thought was a good. She was a good Lois Lane.
She was
But it was-
charming and serious.
Yeah, and it's like when you look at Amy Adams, do you think she's pretty, or do you think like what kind of pretty would you say she is? She's not like magazine cover pretty. She's just like the girl next door pretty, which I think you have to be for Lois Lane, right? Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Lois Lane like has always been
Humble.
a humbling beauty. Is that what we're saying?
That's what I would say. Like,
Okay,
That's not the most important thing about her. It's
Right.
It's her skills as a journalist and
it's a side effect.
investigations and stuff like that.
Perfect. That's a great way to put it. And that was what I noticed is that the casting for this movie was very good. Very good. Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, you might know him from other superhero movies. He was Beast in the X-Men series, the prequel
That's
series.
where I knew him from.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of good things.
Didn't recognize him
He's
without
in,
hair.
He's in
Mad Max randomly.
Yeah, he was the Chrome Boy in
Yeah.
Mad Max. Yeah,
Mad Max, and then
but I
What
liked
was
him
the
in.
other one?
There was one
The
called
zombie.
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies.
Yeah, he was in Warm Bodies. It was a good movie. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
He is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he's got a voice that, I mean, this is a really small gripe. His voice wasn't a powerful Lex Luthor voice, but it's a gigantic step up from Jesse Eisenberg.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
way better. Like, they did not think through the whole Social Network casting of Jesse Eisenberg. Come on.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor invented Facebook.
Yeah, he's evil.
Well,
I'm just a bratty billionaire. Like that's the worst part about Zack Snyder's Superman, Batman world is the Lex Luthor casting. I know I'm going to get looks from you. I know you hate the Snyderverse,
I wasn't going to bring it up,
but I'm glad we have to. It's part of the transition.
we've talked about it so many times.
Two things can be true at once for me. This new Superman movie is a good positive direction for the Man of Steel.
Mhm.
However, there is room for the Snyderverse in Elseworlds or whatever you want to call it. James Gunn was very smart about this. He did not close the door on them continuing the Snyderverse. It's an Elseworld title now. So even if you didn't like it, even if it wasn't for you, don't go see it.
I mean, with the way like comic books and their stories are set up with like alternate realities, like
Yeah.
that door's never closed if you really think about it.
But if a director, especially not just a director, he's more than a director. James Gunn is like the head of the franchise now. He's the Kevin Feige of DC.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That makes me very happy.
He is in charge of the direction of DC movies. So, having said that, he was very smart when they asked him, like, your thoughts on Snyderverse. Well, obviously he's not gonna trash his own movie and say that the Snyderverse is better. But he also didn't say, no, this is new canon. Everything else is canceled. It's done. No, he said, you never know. We're going to have Robert Pattinson's Batman in the future here. That's going to be an Elseworlds Batman story. It's not connected to the main DC universe.
I don't know how he would fit well with this iteration of Superman.
We're going to talk about that, what they've got down the pipeline for this movie or for this new DC universe.
I heard the Batman sequel got like postponed or something.
Coming out next year.
Oh,
and
good.
I think Robert Pattinson has gray hair in it. It's taken so long for them to do part 2. And I think it's a crying shame. Because what it's going to do is kind of similar to what happened to Batman Begins. The Dark Knight came out, and it was a couple years after Batman Begins. People forgot that Batman Begins was a thing. A lot of people went to see Dark Knight because of Heath Ledger's Joker. They did an excellent job of promoting it and all that, and it got to the point where people were seeing it as its own entity. And they kind of forgot how great
I mean,
Batman Begins was.
It has a different feel. The Dark Knight versus Batman
Sure.
Begins, like they're not tonally different, but I don't know. There's something more modern, I guess, about the Dark Knight. Obviously, it came out later, but
Yeah.
a little bit more modern with the tech in it. I'd say.
I've got a lot of thoughts. Some are positive, some are negative. I want to hear your side of what you thought as well. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it hard. Welcome back, fellow movie goers. Yeah, you're right. It was bad.
Everybody knows what it is.
Fellow movie goers, this is Adam West. Welcome back to Bat Talk. That's our new show, Bat Talk. Oh, that's a joke within a joke. Adam West being on Family Guy. It's an in-universe joke. Anyway, we're talking about Batman. No, we're not. We're talking about Superman. I was just kidding. We're talking about Superman. We saw the new Superman. We had some thoughts. We talked about a few of them, but obviously we have more in front of us. Do you have a problem with movies being political? That's a blanket question. I'm going to leave it right there.
Only if it's like really ridiculous. Like it doesn't really need to be there. Like obviously if you're dealing with a situation in a movie that's similar to whatever. But like if you're just doing something to put it in there to make it like stand out, kind of like Black Panther. You know, a good example of that where it's
I'm clutching my behind to wait to see what you're going to say.
To me, that movie was good, but then they were trying to go out of their way to bring up the struggle of like Black people in the world and stuff like that.
No, specifically in
but they were
Oakland.
And then the thing is like that's what it was. It was like the push to try to force it into the movie, even though the movie actually was really good with what they were doing.
You thought it was forced?
Kind of in a way, especially when you're like, you could have still had the same story without it in it.
Okay.
You know,
I don't know that it was.
I'm not saying take it out of there because I don't believe there's racism or whatever. Like
right? No, that's not what I thought you meant.
That's another way to put it. If you can take it out of there and it doesn't change the story, then it's almost not necessary to do it. Because,
I agree.
Like anything, like we've done that with so many different movies, like Star Wars and stuff, where they throw stuff in.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I understand what you're trying to do, but you understand that it has no, like, it's just like, well, this movie had some stuff like that where it was funny to me what they show, like for randomly. I don't know if they're just trying to show things so people are like, oh, okay, look, this is.
I don't like real world politics.
Yeah.
In my movies, like Star Wars, like The Phantom Menace, political as all can be, but it didn't take away from the fact that you're watching a movie, you're escaping into a movie because it's got no bearing on the real world. The real world sucks for the most part.
You're trying to escape.
Yes,
which is the same purpose sports have for us.
There was kind of politics in the Superman movie, but it was related to Superman stuff, trying to turn the U.S. Trying to turn the U.S. government against Superman. And,
sort of. I'll say that. I have some thoughts. Now the question is, based on Zach's interpretation of politics in movies, I think, does it serve the movie? Does it make the movie either better or fit into the movie's themes? Because I hear what you're saying about Black Panther. I disagree, I think, a little bit, because I think that my question wasn't why are they hamstringing the racism stuff in with Black Panther. My question was, why does this villain want to use Wakanda for what's happening in Oakland? it was a stretch for me to go, I'm angry about how black people are oppressed and I'm going to free my brothers with the power that I have. And what's his big plan?
Well, no,
that's where I got lost in Black Panther.
Well, that's actually what I'm talking
Is that
about.
your point?
Yeah, because
Okay.
like I think Killmonger was a good character.
Oh, an amazing character.
And then
played by an amazing actor.
Basically, you took his part that is actually a big part,
Yeah.
and you made it a small part because he's focused on, like you said, a small area. It's like, why wouldn't you just take? Why wouldn't he want to take over the world? Like,
Well,
why wouldn't he focus on that instead of focusing on?
Maybe he did. Maybe his whole thing was. It was just like, you know how like when you have bad writing, the bad guy does like this overly elaborate thing for a small prize.
Yeah.
Like it felt like that. Like you're gonna go to all this trouble, everything you plan to do, just to, I don't know. It just felt shallow. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's
like
the whole thing.
plot
I feel
of it.
like there could have been a lot more with it.
Maybe they had more and they had to cut some things because of the length. It was already a 2-hour movie.
I get it, but like I just use that because it's a real quick example. But like there's plenty of stuff in all the different Marvel style movies for sure. But like, I mean, it's very rare that we talk about a movie and there's not something like that in there.
Sure.
And it's a lot of times the only reason we bring it up is because it's a weird. It's weirdly put in forcefully. It doesn't make sense to have it there. Now, you could pretty much ignore it if you want to and stuff. That's fine. But I'm saying when you're critiquing a movie and you sit there and go, I don't understand. I don't understand why that was put in there.
There was like, some subtle political stuff.
I was going to get to some of the subtles, and I want to hear your thoughts, though. What do you think about those subtle things? Or did you recognize them?
I saw at least two.
Okay.
The one where Lex Luthor is talking about how people are being groomed. That's a big, like, kind of buzzword in the political arena nowadays. And then another one where he was using, like, an army of brainwashed monkeys to spread his message. That seemed a little political to me.
Was it on the nose? Like, did you think they were, like, followers of Lex Luthor? Did you equate it to Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't take it there. See, that very scene with the monkeys, that's
made me laugh, though.
It's actually something that's happening on X.
Just because they're monkeys.
Not with the monkeys. Yeah. Obviously not with monkeys, but
bots.
That was a slam on X by saying, like, bots are controlling X. It's not real people with real thoughts, which I don't even disagree with the message. But the message is always one-sided when you've got one side of the political aisle telling the stories that people go to see. So it was kind of one-sided. It was like their subtle jab at X and Elon Musk in general. But that wasn't the one that got me upset, really.
What else did you notice?
So you know that part where there's Green Lanterns going through the battlefield and he's flipping middle fingers at everybody? I felt there was an actual middle finger thrown at Middle America. And it was Ma and Pa Kent.
Oh.
Big time. They are the most influential characters for Superman. And the first glimpse you have of them are backwoods, stupid people. She can't figure out how to work a smartphone. They sound like they're from the deepest creek in Kentucky. And I thought it was disingenuous the way that they made those characters. It's this interpretation that, you know, either coast in America, that's how they view us in Middle America. They view us as, well, they're probably good people, but they're misguided and they don't know anything. If only they would know what we know, they would vote for us. That's the message that I took for how stupid they made Ma and Pa Kent. What did you think?
I didn't take it. Well, I didn't think it was a political thing, but I do think it's a big screw up because like you said. Well, I remember I pointed out at the end. They did the big montage of mom and dad. Mom and dad were always old in every picture.
Yeah, they
He's
messed
a little
that
baby. They're just still old. It's like they didn't even take that, and that's like you said. when it comes down to it, the reason Superman is the way he is because how he was raised, and then he was raised apparently by two old people.
Mom, Paul Kent.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes
Like,
Lex Luthor seem like he was right when he
Yeah.
called him stupid. Like
Yeah.
maybe Superman is stupid. He was raised by stupid people.
Yeah.
Compared to Lex Luthor, pretty
Yeah.
much everybody on the planet's.
But
Yeah.
the thing is that's what the whole thing is. Like, yeah, it takes away from if you watch that and it takes away from people who know stuff. Obviously, if you're watching Superman, you don't really know anything about him. When it comes to watching the movie, you won't think anything of the parents. But like anybody who knows, it's like the parents are, especially the mom, but both of them. But it would be like if you Spider-Man, anything with his background, they're just old, decrepit, dumb people. And it's like, where did he learn his lesson?
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Just that's what I'm saying.
I think it was just a miscast, honestly.
I don't know if it was technically political, but I can see your point. I don't think your point's wrong. I just said when I saw it, it's like, well, it's just a big disappointment on that end because you got all this development and stuff, and you're trying to show how Superman is really a human, and then his parents were like,
human. It's terrible.
like extremely like not the people. Like, how did he get the? Because even like there wasn't even when he sat down with
His dad.
and it was you were thinking this word of wisdom. It was almost gibberish.
Yeah, but that's the point. That's the point I'm making. It's like they made him like, well, look at the heart that Paul Kent has.
They leaned heavy on the farmer.
He's got such a big heart, and he's a good person, but he's really dumb.
Yeah.
And if only we could teach him some things about maybe communism, then maybe that he would come around and he would care for our side of the political conversation.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what that is. I'm sorry. That's what that is.
No, that's a good
You
point.
can disagree with me. You can think that's a bridge too far. That's the parallel you see in when any kind of show or movie shows you Midwesterners and they make it a point to go, look, they're from the Midwest, clearly. Yeah. That's what they do. They make us look stupid and just misinformed. Mm-hmm. So that was a gripe I had. The other glaring one that maybe not everybody's going to see it quite as far as I did, the foreign war was clearly a nod to Israel and Hamas. That was I don't think there's any other way to look at that fight. And the way they showed one country was vastly superior with technology. They even said that over and over again. One side has more technology, and they're beating up on these poor people who are, stuck in the trenches, and all they want is a better life. And it was clearly a nod to the war.
Because when Lois and Clark were talking at the beginning of that interview, she was even saying how that other country that he was saving was actually had bad stuff too.
Israel versus
So I
Hamas,
can see it.
Gaza,
No, that's
whatever you want to call it.
That was one of the justifications they made for invading was that the people in the victim country were enslaved or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
except that they voted for it.
And then we're gonna come save, and then it turns into we're just gonna kill everybody. It's like, okay, I got it. Yeah, so I can see that.
It was pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring freedom.
They weren't subtle.
I didn't honestly.
about it at all.
I didn't think of it, but now that you said that, it's like actually that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it was not subtle.
We're gonna bring you freedom through force.
Yeah. Well, then they're saying just kill everybody. It's like, okay.
Yeah. The last thing, and again, these are just gripes that I think they take away from the movie a little bit. Yeah. Some more than others. If you didn't notice the parallels to the real war, that's okay. This is more me digging deep into a movie and trying to show you like the subtleties that they have. But the other one was more of a social commentary on Superman. We still have a problem in this day and age of making white male characters so they're either beta or they're jerks. Mm-hmm. There's no in between. There's no nuance. There's no subtle, building of a character. There's no more Han Solos. That's the thing. Yeah. There's no more Han Solos in the world. It's too toxic masculine. You can't make a character like Han Solo anymore. And that's a problem because when you do make a movie like that, it kills. It does really good. Why? Because it's really what people want to see.
Yeah.
And so I thought Superman, there were moments in the movie where he's just like he's a real beta. You know what I mean when I say beta, right? Okay.
Do you have an example?
He needs a safe space to recoup. He needs to have a space where he sits in the sun and he needs to hear messages from his mom and his dad. And I thought that was a real safe space nod. When Mr. Terrific, who is of course a minority, he's the one that's assertive and says, "Hey, get up, quit messing around." And he says, "I'm trying." Like that's more what I'm talking about. Like his beta personality it comes out. It's hard to walk that line with Superman of he's not Zack Snyder's like gritty, angry, tough Superman. I get that. That was a big critique people had, was that he wasn't that wholesome Man of Steel. We got that. James Gunn nailed that, I thought. He was the Boy Scout. I thought that part was good. Just because he's a Boy Scout doesn't mean he can't wipe his face and get back into the fray. I thought it was too much like, I don't know. I just thought there was a lot of beta moments for Superman. And it's hard for good directors, even James Gunn, who I think toes the line really well. He's clearly liberal, but like toes the line. He knows he's given his movie to both sides of the country.
Yeah.
So I think he toes the line very well. But even he couldn't help himself with these, like, I can't make my guy too masculine, or I'm gonna make some people mad. And that, you could tell that was what was going on there. But
can't have the audience score too high.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But those are some things that I saw.
Trying to balance the audience score and the Rotten Tomatoes score is a tricky
it is
thing.
tricky because you've got trolls on the internet on both sides.
Yeah.
So I don't envy the position he's in, and it's hard to make a good movie in Hollywood. Sometimes they won't let you do it. So all that to say, I think that the movie as a whole, I would give it, as far as like a superhero movie, as far as a Superman movie, I would give it like an A-. It had great visuals. The music was excellent. And I'm kind of big on music. I think music can sometimes make or break your movie. I know I've mentioned it on here before. Shutter Island. Pretty decent movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. The music nearly ruined that movie for me.
I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
What's wrong with the music?
The music?
I gotta watch it again now because now music's gonna
Please,
I remember the music because it's like
go back and watch the movie.
It's crazy loud in
with
some
this
spots.
critique. With this critique in mind, if you
me
watch
cry.
Shutter Island, there are moments when the music gets absolutely out of control, where there's nothing happening.
I mean,
They're
I know
literally
exactly.
driving a car.
The funny thing
It's right
is,
at the beginning of the movie. I know
Okay,
exactly
that's
what
part
you're
of it.
talking about.
the funny thing is
But
like I think that's kind of stuff makes me like movies because it's ridiculous.
Okay, but it's not meant to be.
I know. I
over
get
the
what,
top.
but I'm agreeing.
I
with
think
you.
that's the point of the music, though. In that first scene, it's supposed to set you on edge.
I'm on the edge of my seat, going, "Is the car going to explode? What's happening?"
It's supposed to like mentally set you on edge because you're going into a hostile environment, like a criminally insane mental institution.
Okay,
it's supposed to.
But then the next scene though, it wasn't a guy running out of the place going being a lunatic.
Yeah,
it was just the front steps.
Yeah,
and they were just like, "Okay, we're here."
He also sees like really unsettling like imagery of like crazy people,
but not yet.
Yeah, he did.
It's not. It literally goes music. I'm on my edge of the seat, and then it goes, okay. They pull up and they get out, and then he's just looking around, and it's still the music is still going. Dun, dun, dun.
That was an epic pull up and get it on the stairs thing.
It was
they
a nice
pulled
car.
hard for it, but that's just an example.
It was a nice car.
It was a really
Those
nice
cars
car.
Deserve to have a soundtrack.
That's just a
no, but
glaring
I agree.
example of
I
music.
agree with you though.
Those
There is stuff that can
1947
mess with it.
Fords.
All that to say, music sometimes
I'll
can,
help you
can
out. I'm gonna help you
ruin.
out. Juno.
Oh boy, I don't even remember the music.
You don't?
I don't.
That's all we talked about in the theater. Was like What the heck?
But then they do like
it was like
indie music kind of stuff.
It was
like the whole
indie
time.
music.
It was an indie movie.
But I know that. But the music was so ridiculous that it was throwing us off.
And I thought that with Napoleon too.
Yeah.
There were songs in Napoleon, and they're like, who is the guy in the background who want this song on the soundtrack? But I like the music. I like the visually stunning. Minus the CGI dog. I think your argument there is pretty valid.
It was just a bit much.
It was,
but the dog was. It did its job. It was cute. It was comic relief, and
it was Groot.
It reminded me of my dog, honestly, in some spots. Like the way when he wakes up, the dog's laying on his chest. I wake up to that every day.
Yeah. I think the whole thing with the dog, even though, like you said, the CGI was like that,
it's supposed to be relatable.
But it did make it, kind of pull you back to the fact that, remember, this is a comic book, and it will be like this, So that
it's a summer blockbuster. I'm not going to let the CGI ruin my experience.
Yeah, but I don't think it did. I think it was.
Everything else looked great as far as the action and
the buildings falling over. Like the CGI was very good.
Even the skyscraper sized kaiju looked pretty good.
It kind of looked like a sock puppet. I'll be honest. It kind of looked like somebody was really controlling that whole thing. But
it's an interesting thing, though. It was like, what did it made of?
Did you think like, what is it made of?
And the thing is like, what made them decide to use that?
What's the thread count on this Caillou?
Yeah,
I wanted to know what made him grow so big.
Yeah. Coffee.
Yeah, they didn't really explain that, did they?
They said he was 7 foot drinking coffee, and coffee made him big.
I assume it's eating stuff.
Otis just said, it'll get bigger.
Yeah.
And then they left it at that.
That guy's name was Otis?
So, yeah. The black guy that was like his henchman?
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name, but he did a pretty good job. Yeah. But Otis is a callback to Christopher Reeve Superman. Like, the Dahmer Superman. Like, definitely. Because they had Otis, they had Miss Tessmacher who came back. Like, she was, they called her Eve Tessmacher. That was a callback to the dumb blonde in the original Superman.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
they made her more modernized with the selfies.
It's been a very long. It's probably been 25 years since I saw the.
When I tell you that this movie is nostalgic beyond belief, it really hit a lot of the notes that Christopher Reeve fans would love.
One thing I did notice that kind of called me back to the older Supermans was in the Superman's Fortress of Solitude.
Yes,
he had like crystals in like his control panel.
Yeah,
and that reminded me a lot of I don't remember which Superman it was, but three. Yeah,
when he's swapping the powers and stuff like that. Yeah,
I was like, oh, that looks familiar.
Yeah, I thought that the idea of it going back into the ground.
That was interesting.
That's not comic book accurate to my knowledge, but that was a great touch. I loved it.
Well, because it's that one thing where you don't have to worry about explaining like how come nobody's found it
yet. Yeah, that's exactly that's the first thing I thought of.
Well, they did that with the glasses too.
Yeah,
like I like that.
I like that they explained that then because it's like otherwise it's like. There's no way. He's just wearing glasses.
He's got tech in his glasses that make his face.
He had a different hairdo, too.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. His hair would be a little bit messed up.
A little bit more.
Because when he switches into Superman, he's got a jarred, like, slick back stuff that he does real quick.
He does his hair, and then he goes and fights crime.
The problem that you have with a Superman character is that he's overpowered. So, I thought this was the best example of a director using Superman's powers. He's got a problem on his hands. He wasn't just overpowered and he can just punch his way through it. They used the nanobots. It was a real problem for him. He had to figure out a way around the engineer. And then he also had the hammer guy was whatever the country was. I can't remember the country.
Barovia.
The Hammer of Barovia, which is a completely new character.
Made up for this movie.
And it had Ultraman in it, which Ultraman, spoilers, there's been spoilers this whole time, but more spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
You know that. You guys have been listening to it long enough to know we spoil movies for you. But the Ultraman reveal, did it seem like he was Bizarro?
That's what I figured. I thought that's what it was going to be since it is a clone.
I mean, that was their. I think that was their version of Bizarro, but Ultraman is actually a separate character. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yes, that's why I'm saying that Ultraman is Superman from another universe.
Earth 3, I think.
Maybe
I think that's the
maybe
evil
that
one.
sounds right. But that was, if you want to call him Ultraman and say he's from another universe, because guess what? Lex had portals open.
But he did.
But then it was DNA.
So they mixed.
He said it was his clone.
He said it was DNA. So he mixed two things in the movie. So like, is he Ultraman or Bizarro? Which one is he? That kind of threw me a little bit.
I think they just took Bizarro and went, bam, he's Ultraman now.
You know what would be kind of
Bizarro's
cool?
a little bit of like a cartoony name for a villain. You know what I mean?
I agree. What would have been, I think, the bow on top, instead of a stupid, pointless end of the credit scene where we're looking at a building. That was such a James Gunn Easter egg at the end.
Yeah.
Like it reminds me of the hot dog stand guy, the pizza guy, in what was it, Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange, Bruce Campbell.
No, I'm sorry, Sam Raimi. There's such a Sam Raimi style, where it's a joke within a joke. It's like a meta joke.
Yeah. But that one was funny because you predicted it. He goes, I know exactly.
He's coming back at the end. I said that in the theater. I said they're going to have. You don't bring Bruce Campbell into this movie and not have him be something later. But anyway, like I thought instead of that scene, what would be really cool is you see Ultraman floating in the black hole, and some molecular thing morphs his face into Bizarro's face. Yeah. That would have been chef's kiss. That would have been so good.
They didn't
he's Bizarro.
Yeah, they didn't do anything to kind of give you any idea of what could happen next.
Now they can still do that.
Yeah.
They can still in the next movie have like a flashback to that. He goes into the black hole and he comes out. But man, walking out of the theater knowing Bizarro's out there, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I mean, not really on subject, but kind of like a way to introduce Bizarro in a future movie. Like they did a lot of exposition right at the beginning with all the text reveals.
Yes.
It wasn't hard to, get caught up on the history, and
we got right into the action.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. The same thing they did with Spider-Man.
We don't need origin stories anymore.
Right. Tom Holland, Spider-Man. We hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of explained it on the fly. Even the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
Mm-hmm.
Like we already had the Hulk. There it is. Yeah. Montage in the beginning. So I love that. Other characters in the movie, Perry White, awesome. Jimmy Olsen, awesome. Like all the characters seem to fit the bill. Yeah. Throwing in extra characters, Metamorpho, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific. I thought
Supergirl
at the end, teaser, her movie's coming out next year. All those are great, okay? And I want to wrap this up quickly because we've only got a few minutes here. But I think that the side characters were fantastic. The Mr. Terrific scene was the best scene in the movie.
It was an excellent action.
Yeah.
And you got up and went to the bathroom. I just want to let everybody know that. That was the worst part, to get up and go to the bathroom.
Was that a long take shot? Like all with no cuts or anything?
No, it bounced around, but it was really cool. It was absolutely the coolest part of the movie, in my opinion. I'm going to wrap it up with what's coming. Okay, so let's take the last few minutes to show you, because we're talking about the DC universe. It's rebooted. Blue Beetle. So that was part of like the end of the last universe. Mm-hmm. Blue Beetle's still technically part of this new DC universe, believe it or not.
I never saw Blue Beetle.
Well, it's worth the watch. I think it's a good action movie. But what's coming beyond that, Blue Beetle's got an animated show voiced by the same guy, the same character. So that's coming around. Peacemaker Season 2 we mentioned. That's coming in August. So we'll get that's the very next thing we'll see.
John Cena.
Things that are already out, Creature Commandos has already been released. It's an animated show. You can go to Max and watch that.
Is that like Super Pets?
No, it's like we saw Rick Flag Sr. in this movie, Superman, and he was in Creature Commandos as well. He's like the leader of that show. But anyway, then we've got a show called Lanterns. It's going to feature Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. the other two lanterns, because we saw Guy Gardner in this one. I have a feeling Guy Gardner's not going to be around very much longer. I have a feeling they're going to kill him off.
I wish they'd saved Nathan Fillion for Hal Jordan's Green Lantern.
I love the humor side of him, though. Hal Jordan's more of a straight-laced guy.
Yeah, but Nathan Fillion, in a lot of past Green Lantern, like animated products, he's voiced the animated Green Lanterns.
Okay.
It just fits with that version of Green Lantern in my head.
I think James Gunn does good with him, putting him in all kinds of different stuff.
I love it. Yeah.
He does.
He has fun with everything that he's in.
Yeah.
Lanterns coming out next year. It's going to be like a True Detective style show, like a space detective show. Kind of cool. Supergirl next year. Clayface, a Batman villain spinoff.
I heard that's supposed to be like a horror.
Yes, horror movie. Yep. Batman 2, finally. The Batman Part 2 is coming out
2085.
Yeah, finally next year. Batman, the Brave and the Bold to be announced. That's going to be Damian Wayne is going to be like that version. So a lot of cool things coming up. Swamp Thing, an Amanda Waller show, Booster Gold. Yeah. So many good shows coming.
C-list at best.
Thank you for watching, listening, however you're taking us in. We'll see you next time. Appreciate it.
Bye.